Yo people, yo people, what's happening? It's MC Noble here. Welcome back to another live. I apologize if it's a bit laggy. Do bear with me on that one. But today we're going to be reviewing a sound active rave EDM LED mask, and this is by all means probably one of the coolest things that I have ever. Now, there's things that I like buying, and then there's like cool things that I see that I kind of think, yeah, you know what, they would be different to buy. And pretty cool. So I go to a lot of nightclubs, I go to a lot of raves, and I like to be different when I go to these. You know, everybody goes in the usual nice trousers, nice, nice pair of jeans or something, clothes. Now, when I go to nightclubs, I like to look well lit up. And this rave LED mask that I'm showing you guys right now it's going to do the trick. It is really going to do the trick. And I am so looking forward to getting in a nightclub with this on tomorrow. So this is a rave active LED mask, right? So this will actually flash to the beat of your music, and this is really picks up the sound really well. It's a little rubber mask. It's made of rubber. It's a nice comfy fit. Not as comfy for me because I wear glasses, but this mask in all means is absolutely fantastic. So you can get loads of different designs of these. You can get them on eBay for £7.99. And I ordered mine on Tuesday. Mine came yesterday on Thursday with the postman in the morning. And I was so like excited. Like I had a good feeling it was going to come yesterday. I knew this was going to be cool, but I was so excited to try it. Like if I'd have had to have like waited, like I know like it was going to come obviously, but I was just, I was so excited to get this here that I kind of didn't want to wait. So yeah, it's a rubber mask. This guy looks like some sort of old-fashioned detective guy who would have like a cigar in his mouth with his top hat. It kind of gives me that like feel of vibe. And this thing actually, like, you would not think, yo, what's happening, bro? Yeah, you're the first to comment, man. This thing actually lights up a lot better than you actually think. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, this mask is actually sick when it comes to lighting up. And obviously, in pitch black, there's no exception. Like, this thing is just sick in the pitch black. Which is what we'll be able to see in a moment because it's getting actually pretty dark outside. But this thing here does the trick. It does it really well. So literally at the back, you can see here there's a little wire that goes into here. And that actually just slides underneath and it'll connect to like a big LED panel that will obviously cause the flash. Comes into this. Now this is in a cover casing. But this is where you would turn it on. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see here, but there's a little switch there that will turn on the flashing. And then at this side, there's a little volume button that will control the volume. Now, this is good depending on, like, what room of music you're in. Nightclubs obviously absolutely boom out music. So, like, having it, like, too full on volume or too high on volume, it won't flash as well because it's not picking up the beat. It's too high to pick up the beat, so it's just gonna kind of flicker. It's not gonna flash like it should do. So you can adjust the volume to whatever, I suppose, the volume of the music is in your room around you. Obviously, if you've got a little radio on and it's not really that loud, you're going to need to turn the mask up, so it will sort of pick up the sound it's hearing. I took this inside. My nan and granddad were watching a music program on TV and the mask just really struggled to pick that up. So it is best around like louder music, like, big speaker music and stuff like that, stereos and stuff. If they're at a decent volume, it will pick the sound up, but too loud, you've just got to have that volume pretty low. Battery wise, it takes 2 AAA batteries. I don't know how long the batteries last. I put mine in yesterday morning. Not gonna lie, I've loved this item so much. Like I've never used, like I've bought something for a rave and I've never used it so much before a rave, but I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna show you in the darkness in just a moment. I also have these glasses here as well. Look, put these on, and these actually flash as well. I've had these quite a while. Bought these for stomping. Well, I bought these. I bought another pair of these for stomping originally. I paid £1 for these, and someone actually bought them off me for £4. So like I actually made a bit of cash on them. So I thought, well, I'll buy some more because obviously I like going in these myself to raves and stuff. But I obviously wasn't going to turn down the fact of getting £4 an extra drink in the club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mask on. I'm going to show you this mask in actual full darkness because this is actually crazy right about now, right? So I've got my mask on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and turn the light out. So you can't really see me right now because I'm like pitch black, but that's my iPad. Right, bear with me a second. Right, so I'm going to put some music on. I'm just going to turn that down quite a lot. You see that flash then? And then I'm talking, look, and it's flashing. So here we are, look, you can hear that I'm talking, it's flashing. Now let's panel the music up a bit.
A lot of people say tonight this is the last restaurant out here. That's a load of shite, okay? I'll be back here in 1 month for our 16th birthday party. Sitting live on stage will be Abigail Bailey, who sings Just Can't Get Enough. Down here next month. And guess what? We're here on New Year's Eve again.
So as you can see right there, I had that more or less just right for the music. It was going to the beat. It wasn't too loud. It wasn't too low. It sounded sick on the beat. So what I'll do is I'll turn this off right now, just because I don't want to waste all the battery, even though I'm probably going to play with it after this stream even more. But we'll put our lights back on. So that mask is absolutely incredible. I love that mask. It just works so well. And yeah, I also forgot to mention, that's scary, yeah. This also works well for Halloween as well, because it picks up the sound of your voice. So like you can like trick or treat at someone's house, and as you say trick or treat, when they've answered the door, your mask is going to light up. So that's like it's what you need. It's good. It works all round. Like personally, I think they work better for rave parties because they go to the beat of your music. But you know, if you want to have them for Halloween, like get them for Halloween as well. Like if I'd have known about this a couple of years ago for Halloween, trust me, like I would have done something like this. I'd have gone like to a Halloween party, like, or if I'd have like known about it last year, I went to someone's birthday party. I went to a Halloween party the year before, and if I'd have known about it, like these masks, then I would have worn that mask to the Halloween party, because it would have gone down really well. It was like a musical Halloween party type thing, and that would have gone down like so well. Would have been absolutely fantastic. That would work well for a Halloween disco or something. But it really is a good mask, in my personal opinion. You can't go wrong for $7.99. Like literally, I'm not being funny, but what do you pay now in shops for like a plastic Halloween mask? I mean, I'm not being funny. Like if you want like a decent designed plastic Halloween mask, you're paying along the lines of what, £3, £4. You know, if you want to get like a full mask that covers your whole face, like not one of them plastic ones with a strap at the back, like a full, almost like a helmet mask, you know, you're paying nearly a £5 for them. So in my opinion, you may as well spend the extra £3 and get a mask that's gonna light up and gonna like go to the beat of your music. Like you could like knock at someone's door with some spooky music going, and they answer the door, and your mask is flashing away. And think how sick that would actually be. Like, think what that's gonna do. Like, it's gonna be absolutely mental, isn't it? So it's a really good mask. I thought I would review this live because to be honest, like there's so much I could say about how good it is. And to be honest, like my storage space isn't too good for recording videos. Want to save some for raving tomorrow as well. But it just honestly, it really is just it's a really awesome like piece of equipment to get. And don't you worry, guys, because I'm going to be reviewing some other items of clothing as well, and I'm going to be reviewing some other things in the future on this channel. I've got a few things that I can review. I might do the sunglasses next, but there is better sunglasses out there. Tomorrow I might have another item come in the post as well, which I might review for you guys. I've got a light up hat coming. The hat is nowhere near as good as the mask, but it's still an all right hat. Like, the hat doesn't flash or anything. Like, I seen a way better hat after I purchased the hat that I purchased. But basically, there's a hat that you can buy online, and you can install an app, and you can customize it to say its own message. So like you can wear like a hat and you can have it say a message. So say like you're doing a YouTube stream, you can get this hat and you can make it say like subscribe to your channel, and it'll like panel across the top of your hat in like LED lights, and it'll say like what message you want. You can also get it to say patterns, and you can also get it to flash to your music as well. The only problem with that being is you can only do it to phone music through the app. So if you put like say with the mask, like I just played like any music through speakers or stereos, and it like picked up the sound. This hat doesn't do that. It has to do it through the app, unfortunately. So it's quite bad. Like you couldn't take it into a nightclub and get it to go to the music. But you know, you could like still get it to display a message like I'm a raver, or you know, I'm here at the disco, or I don't know, like this is a good night or something like that. You know, it'll get like a little crowd attention, won't it? But yeah, I got a different hat which just lights up like an LED color. I think I got a green colored hat. You could choose like I think you could choose like your colors. I don't think the hat actually changes colors. I'm not entirely sure, like I'm not aware, but I know you've got to charge the hat, which I actually prefer them when they come in when they come with batteries. But saying that, like charging, I guess like charging a hat wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. But it's just sometimes like you put a battery in and say like a battery, I don't know, say like a battery will last like for ages on end. Like at least like, you know, you just retop the battery up when it goes. Whereas like, you know, say if it was on a charger, like I have a feeling that like with it being on a charger that it might like run low quite often. You know, and obviously like, you know, if your charger breaks, you know, I don't know, like, and sometimes with things like that you get them really short wires. So when the hat comes, it'll either come like tomorrow or the beginning of the week, but whenever it comes, I will be showing you guys the hat, and I'll tell you what I think of it. And personally, I like it'll be good, but I don't think it'll be out special compared to the mask. But originally, I had seen the hat before I'd seen the mask, and I thought the hat was pretty cool. So I was like, I'm having that. So your camera, oh yeah, I know. Literally, I'll tell you why, Ben. I'll tell you why. The reason being is my when you're on a phone and stuff now, you can't stream off of your phone unless you've got at least 1,000 subscribers. If you've got at least 1,000 subscribers, it won't work. Like you can't stream anymore apparently. And this laptop has had the shittest webcam since I bought it. So I do apologize about the camera quality, but hopefully you can hear me all right, because that's one crucial part of the stream. But anyway, guys, there we diddly go. There we diddly are. But yeah, listen, that is the mask. If anybody does want to see the mask in action again, just let me know. like, and I'll like use the mask again. I'll put it on again. But yeah, I'm gonna take a spare pair of batteries with me tomorrow as well, which is good. But yeah, just let me know if you want to see the mask in action again, and I'll put it back on as well. But I'm just literally gonna just nip to the toilet, and then I will be back. So just bear with me like for 2 seconds. Alrighty, guys. All right, we're back. Yeah, literally just back now. Yeah, how you all doing anyway? So yeah, so I'm actually raving tomorrow. No surprise. Literally, like I'll tell you what it really is, right? I'll tell you why I'm like starting to go raving all the time. Like I've always enjoyed raves, right? And I've always kind of looked at like sort of on like the sort of like the crap side of it, let's say, like because sometimes going to raves can cost quite a lot of money, right? You know, especially for me because I don't live in a town where there's like lots of nightclubs. So like if I want to go to a rave, like even say like Hull or Brid or Scarborough, I've got to consider like train fares. Scarborough, I'd have to stay in a hotel. Brid, I could probably get a lift back, right? But Hull, I can stay at my mum's, which is like one decent thing. But I always like consider like, you know, like train fares, taxi fares, then entrance club night like entrance, like nightclub entrance fees, drinks at the bar. Do you know what I mean? Not being funny. Like, let's just give you a little bit of an optimization, right? So last week I went out in my local town, right? Went out at the weekend, and I'm not kidding you. I hadn't been paid my door money, right? So I was quite short. As a matter of fact, my nan lent me a tenner. So in all total, I went out to the pub with 20 quid, right? Not gonna lie, I went out to the pub with 20 quid, and I'm not kidding you. I went to 2 pubs, including a nightclub, and bought like a tray of cheesy chips to walk home with. Not shitting you. So literally, I had about what in total about 4 hours, 5 hours in my first pub. Then I had about another 3 hours in the second pub, and then I had about an hour in the club rather. And then I went to the takeaway and got a got a tray of chips with cheese on, right? And literally, like, I'll tell you, like, why I managed to, like, dodge it that much. Like, literally, right, our pub is quite cheap, right? So, what I have at my local pub is, like, a vodka and coke, and that's, like, 2 quid. So, 20 quid, you can have quite a lot of vodka and cokes for 20 quid, right? You can have, you can have a fair few vodka and cokes for 20 quid. That's like, do you know what I mean? That's how it goes, you know. Vodka and cokes can get you quite drunk. You can have more than 6 for 20 quid, right? So obviously, I had quite a few with my 20 quid, and my mate, one of my mates, gave me a shot, right? So he just gave me a normal shot of Peralama. That was all right. And then a bit later on, my other mate, he decided to ask me if I'd go to the bar for him and get him a drink, and then he said, "Get me a whatever, and you can have whatever else you want." So then I got 3 Paralamas in. So then I had 2, gave him 1, and I had the 2. Then a little bit later on, I went and got 3 for a fiver myself. So that would have like sort of crunched my money in just quite a bit. This is after having quite a few vodka and cokes, right? So then obviously I got the 3 for myself. Had the 3 for myself. It was actually Jaeger bombs because they had actually ran out of um, you know, like you know, they'd run out of the Peralama stuff. So I had 3 Jaeger bombs. So I mixed my drink quite a bit. And then literally it was the end of the pub. My mate gave me half of his pipe and said he had down this dark fruit. So I downed the dark fruit. Got into the next pub where at this point I'd be starting to actually get quite skint. And one of my other mates said, "Oh, do you want an absinthe shot? So I'll get you an absinthe shot." Now, absinthe shots are really strong percent, like they're actually like really strong percent, right? So I would have had the absinthe shot, and then I would have probably gone onto the dance floor and just danced about in keys. To be honest, I don't really fully remember it. To be honest with you, now it's quite that long. I don't really remember what happened much after that, but I would have danced for a bit, and then I went to the nightclub, which I would have just still had enough for my entrance fee. And then, probably knowing me, I probably would have just been a bit short for my chips, but they would have probably let me off anyway. Without paying the extra 30p or something, I would have been short. I don't remember. I could have had enough for them, but I probably would have. I probably would have been like, you know, a bit short, knowing me. So it shows that I can spend like the bare minimum on a night out in town. Sometimes, you know, I can spend more in town. Like, you know, I buy more shots than vodka and coke sometimes, which is why I end up spending more money, like 3 for a fiver for Peralamas. You know, you have 6 of them, and then that's a tenner gone, and then literally you have a tenner on books, and you know, you're not too bad, but it's easier to go and get another tenner and make sure you're all right and have more vodka and cokes. Um, so that's why I've been kind of like thinking like, well, I may as well just go out in town. Like, you know, it's a bit much to fork out for a rave. And then I kind of been going to stomping this year and some other events, and I've been thinking, well, really, what is the point of going out in local town all the time? Like, I'm not being funny. I go out in my local town and I'm just getting wrecked. I'm getting drunk. I'm just feeling crap on a Sunday, and then I'm just doing the same thing again next weekend, and nothing really ever different happens. You know, go to the same pub, you know, see the same people, which I don't mind seeing the same people. You know, they're good mates. I'm not saying anything disrespectful about my mates, but I'm doing the same thing. You know, and I'm just drinking myself drunk because there is literally physically nothing to do, like other than to drink. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no like decent music to really dance to in the first pub. Um, you know, there's mates that just egg you on to drink shots, so you end up drinking more than you actually plan to drink when you first originally go out. And then it literally, like, when all comes to the end of it, again, like, you're just feeling crap on Sunday. You don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like eating. And to be honest, like, you think, well, what's it all for? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying like I'll never go out in town again. I enjoy going out in town. I don't want to stop going out in town. But what I'm saying is like, if I just had a few more weekends, like, of like, you know, of like saving instead of going out all the time, or like, you know, say like, you know, I go to stomping every month, but I could do more than go to stomping every month if I just like didn't go balmy with my money. Do you know what I'm saying? So like literally, like I'm literally going to a retro rave tomorrow. I'm going to stomping the week after, and then a couple of weeks after that, I'm planning to go to Uprising in Sheffield. So like, and that's literally because I aren't like, that's literally because, you know, like obviously I'm not taking like 40 quid out you know, like on a night out in Drift, and then doing the same again next week, and then going to a rave and then being about skint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather do a couple of raves and then just have a steady night in my local pub towards the end of the week, towards the end of the, do you know what I mean? Like towards the end of the month, and then I get my money in again, and then there's raves I want to do. You know, I'll just pay for tickets for that and go to that. You know, like I'm saying, like the beginning of my door money, like sometimes the beginning of my door money, like I spend like 90 quid on the first day of my door money, right? And that like that's a really big impact on my door money. Like that like is a really big impact, right? Like sometimes, like, because I obviously pay my nan for the housekeeping and do all of that sort of stuff, and then literally like I'll still take like 30-40 quid out at night. So like if I pay my nan like 40 quid housekeeping and then have 40 quid on a night out, and then, you know, and then I pay a train fare to my English, that's like nearly 90 quid. like practically before the first week's over of your dole money, and then that's almost nearly 100 quid gone. So you're down from 251 quid to 151 quid, and then you take another 30 out the next week to go out. You pay a train fare. You start really starting to get low. Do you know what I mean? But if I just limited myself, like when I like go on a night out, like say like towards the end of the month, if I just take 20 quid out and just leave it at that, like, you know, it's even tempting at the point like to leave my bank card at home, like say leave my bank card at home, and literally really limit myself. Because I mean, like, it just shows last weekend that I had a sick night on 20 quid. So if I could do that like towards the end of the month, like, I'm gonna be all right. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sound as a pound, and then I can like just pay out and do some bit more interesting things. Because I'm not being funny, but a normal night out, like you go to somewhere like stomping, you go to raves, and then you go like on a normal night out, and like you honestly really like you honestly really don't understand how like crap it is. Like I went to our house on stomping weekend, and that was like one of the sickest weekends I've had in a long time. And then I went back out in my local town the next week, and I'm just thinking, what is this? Like I wish it was last weekend. Like what is this? It's just the same old. Do you know what I mean? It just gets a bit boring. Sometimes it's nicer to go further afield and meet new people. And like I said, that's not like disrespect to people that you're friends with and known for years, but it's good to expand, have different friends, you know, and it's people with the same interest as you. You go to a rave, people are going to that rave because they're into that style of music. Whereas like, I'm not being funny, but a lot of my mates, like quite a few of my mates are like get so hyped to book tickets for Springfest and Bass Fest, and you know they go to Trib Fest and Leeds Fest, and I'm thinking like, to me they don't entertain me. Like it's not my type of music. Like I'd rather go to like Uprising, Hardcore Till I Dies, Ravers Reunited, and you know I'd rather do all these like proper like big hardcore nights and stuff like that, rather than go and see like Bass Boy and Holy Goof. And I mean, don't get like, I don't disrespect people like that, and you know I do like some of their music, but I just, to be honest, I wouldn't pay out a big price for a ticket to go to one of them festivals. Like I'd rather go to like a big retro festival or like a big hardcore festival. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just as a personal opinion, you know, I don't mean any disrespect to people who like that style of music, but it's just sometimes it's nice to go and talk to people that are into the same music as you, rather than like, because like I tell all my mates about these sick gigs I'm doing, but to be honest, it won't interest them. Like they're not really into the hardcore music like that much. Like, you know, they'd rather go somewhere like Springfest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying they don't respect my music and say I'm doing well in it, but it's kind of like one of them, like it's not really their type of thing. So it's not exactly as such like what they're into. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people like this, you know, like it's the same. Like I had a friend who was in a rock band. He was in a band, and you know, I'd wish him all the luck. I'd share his music, like to help him expand. But it wasn't really my style of music. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I wouldn't like sit there at home and listen to all that type of music because it's not my type of thing. But I will tell you one thing: if he was gigging and I could get to the gig, I would go to the gig, because I do like supporting someone that wants to make a career of something. And literally, I did go to one of his gigs once, but unfortunately, it was right near the end. I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize it was that night. Like I knew about it, and then I forgot about it. And I went out to my local pub as normal. Found out that everyone was at this gig, you know, like supporting him. And I was like, I got down there, but it was like near the end. But literally, like I would support a mate doing something that I don't like just for supporting. Like say if one of my mates was like, he was in keen on football, and say he got into a big match, I would go and watch that match to support him, even though I'm not a fan of football, because that's who I am. I'm a nice person. I believe in supporting the local, and that's what I enjoy doing, supporting the local. And that's what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? I support the local supports me. So anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this stream. Thanks for watching. like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.